Angeles and beyond. KBLA Talk 1580, where Black history lives.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. There's something wrong with that.
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
I'm a student of engineering. I find this the volcano of hurt burning deep within me every moment of my life. Competition has apparently been the root cause of all human development. Is it possible to be competitive and yet not hurt? This is such a love. Why are we competitive? What is competition? Go on, examine it, sir. To compete, to compare, isn't it? I compare myself with you, who are bright, who are intelligent, who are compassionate, who have some flame in you. And I want to be like you or go beyond you. So in comparing, I have made myself something more than what I am. I don't know if you're following me. I compare myself with you, bright, not hypocrite, generous. A lovely word. I compare myself with you. You are very clever. By comparing, I call myself dull. If I don't compare, go on, so answer it. You are clever, I am not. I compare myself with you, and then I say I'm dull. But if I don't compare, what happens? Am I dull? No, don't shake your head. Just look at it. Am I dull or I am what I am? From there I can proceed. But if I'm saying to myself, I am not as clever as you, and I must be as clever as you, I begin to compete with you. So can we live?
You think you know everything. You think because you use big words that you smart. You ain't the smartest person in. Listen, we compare, we compete. Yes? Why? It all comes from childhood. Something happened. Right? Something happened. Do you know comparison and competing makes cheating hurt worse? I saw the woman you cheated on me with. You cheated on me with that? Do you see the ego? Do you see? I know y'all not ready. Listen. Eric gonna tell us what's happening. Eric, come back in here, brother.
I just got to tell you something real quick.
Yes.
I've been listening to you since you came to KBLA,
Mm-hmm.
and it's weird to talk to you because I'm not one to normally call in, but I've called in on other shows, but never yours. But I've been listening for a long time.
Oh,
Just
brother.
want to just let you know that.
Eric, I appreciate that, man. First time caller, man. I appreciate you for calling in, good brother. Thank you. And you got a seat at the table. Anytime you want to call in, you could do just that. But let's get back into this because I want to know what happened. Because I know you know yourself to a certain degree. We all do. But what happened early on that made you feel some kind of way, or maybe you didn't feel what you needed to feel? Why did you wind up not wanting a woman to chase you? Is it cultural? Is it social? Is it part of the social game rules? A woman shouldn't chase a man? Where is it from?
Well, I remember it was two females. I won't name the names that I liked at my job.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that I really liked, when I met her, she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And then she got married to the father. Mm-hmm. And I went to the wedding. And the one that I didn't like has liked me more than anybody that I've ever met in my life. And she wasn't really what I wanted, but I accepted that. I said, well, she liked me, so I'll go ahead and do it. And then the one who got married got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, here's my chance. Even with a baby, I still wanted her. And we went out on a couple of dates, and she just wasn't interested. And we're still friends to this day. But the other one was really into me.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me even more uninterested in her. I wanted the one that didn't want me, who is now divorced and available again.
So let me stop.
And now,
let me stop you because it's so much. There's layers here. And it's taking me back to your father. Your father was consistent up until a certain point. Correct?
Yeah. I mean, he was consistent until he died.
Until he died.
He's always been a part of my life.
Right. Did they break up, mom and dad?
They separated, but they never divorced. And then my dad was always there at Thanksgiving, Christmas. I mean, so it was almost like they really weren't apart.
Right.
So I need you to understand that.
But was it a change in the way they interacted around you?
It was definitely a change.
Right.
Well, it was a change because I moved from a neighborhood that I grew up in to another neighborhood where I didn't know anybody.
Right.
And so that was rough. But none of that has anything to do with what we're talking about.
Well, maybe. Just walk with me. I'm walking with you. You walk with me. Just maybe, right? Because you said dad is like a confidant too, right?
Well, he was easier to communicate with.
Right.
But my mother was more loving, you know.
Yes. I really suggest, because this is big, in my opinion. In my opinion, I think you've got some healing to do. I really do. I think you got some healing to do. And I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm not saying you're a bad man. What I'm saying is I think there are some layers here that need to get pulled back. Have you ever decided or thought about going to therapy?
Huh?
Have you ever thought about going to therapy?
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think that's relevant.
I'm going to tell you why it's relevant. Because sometimes we got to go back and unpack. And it's always good to be able to get it off your chest to kind of organize how you arrived where you are. Let's look at it this way. Let me just ask, do you find yourself attracted to unavailable people like the pregnant woman that married the dude that you went to the wedding?
Well, she was my type.
But even going to the wedding is like, huh? You went to the wedding? That is kind of.
I mean, we're still.
No, and it's cool, but did she ever tap in with you?
What do you mean? You mean what I think you mean?
I mean, did she ever she clearly knows you like her. Come on.
Oh, when she became available after her divorce, it became very clear to me that she was not interested in me, and that she thinks of me as a friend, and that was it. And we're still friends to this day. So, yeah, that message was sent loud and clear, and it hurt, but I got the message.
Because you went to the wedding, bro. Like, you have to understand that is a monumental thing to do for somebody that you got feelings for, to go to the wedding and see them get married, right?
Well, keep in mind, when I met her at work, she was already pregnant. So then she was already in a relationship, and they were already engaged. So I was coming into something that was already, in progress. So after going to the wedding wasn't a big deal. She didn't know I liked her at that point. But after the divorce, that's when I made my move. I thought that this was my opportunity, but it would have been an opportunity, but I wasn't her type.
Ah, I see. Kind of like unrequited love.
Right.
Right.
And then the one who I didn't want wanted me, and the more she wanted me, the less I wanted her.
So let me go back to the early childhood situation, which is why I suggested therapy. And I'm going to tell you why. Again, when we deal with this anxious, preoccupied stuff, I want you to go to therapy to figure out what your attachment style is. That's what I want you to. You can call Dr. Jashana Johnson, Dr. Shalonda Crawford. They can help you figure out what that is based on your early upbringing, your early experiences. They can help you kind of ascertain what your attachment style is. Attachment styles, of course, created by John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth back in the 50s, 80s, and then so many clinicians have come along and kind of added on to attachment theory. 4 attachment styles. 1 is secure, the other 3 are insecure. And just listening to you and based on my research, sounds anxious, preoccupied. Anxious, preoccupied, it's almost like they're a chaser. I'm going to go after it. I'm going to go for it. But in the inside, they're avoidant. So if somebody's chasing them, they're like, no. I want to be able to chase you. Like, anxious, preoccupied people are like that. A person leaning into them is kind of like, okay, that's fine. But I'm interested in the one that's unavailable, the one that's avoidant. Anxious, preoccupied, and avoidance tend to kind of mirror each other, and they're attracted to each other. And so the story about the pregnant woman and going to the wedding and still being friends with her and still letting her know, that you're into her, and then she said, no, I just want you to be my friend. That is, like an anxious, preoccupied, avoidant dance. They go through that. So I'm interested to know, would you be interested to, try therapy for that express purpose, just to figure out what your attachment style is? Or maybe you can just go online and take a test. But the tests are not always reliable because most people are not telling the full truth when they take those tests. So the results can be a bit skewed. I would suggest, and I mean, this is about self-inquiry, so there's no negative stigma associated with it. I would just say, go see a therapist. I would prefer a sister. Go see a sister. That's a therapist. And discover what your attachment style is, because I think that could tell you a lot about how you interact in relationships. Now, as a caveat, just please understand, I'm not saying the way you interact is wrong or bad or unhealthy. I'm just interested to know how you develop this taste, so to speak. You don't want them to chase you, right? But you want to chase them. And this is a recurring thing with you, correct?
Well, you're giving me something to think about, but I just want to add that I always go after things that seem unattainable for average people.
Come on. Yes. There we go. I got you. Yes. Pregnant and you said you pregnant. That don't stop nothing, girl. What's happening? I love it.
Right.
Yes. I hear you. Yes. Now, let me ask you this question. Have you continued this cycle, this pattern?
The reason I called today is because I just met someone just a couple of days ago, and she's, in my opinion, don't take this the wrong way. Don't think
It's all good, brother.
Like
no judgment.
Yeah.
You feel like she's
I
out
feel
of
like
your
she's
league.
out of my league.
Why?
I mean, because she's more attractive than any woman that I've ever dated. And so I'm just saying, I'm not putting myself down. I'm just trying to keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but she's severely, I shouldn't say, she's interested in me and not for my money. And I did something with her that I've never did before. Instead of trying to wine and dine her, I said, let's just go to Starbucks. And we sat there for 3 hours, and she bought a $5 drink before I got there, and I gave her $5. And then we sat in her car for 30 minutes after the 3 hours, and then she texted me before I could get home. And I'm like, this is weird. Something is up. Why?
Hold on. You got the organs. Let me just ask, how old is she? And how old are you?
Problem.
And
so she's 33, and I'm 50. And I need you to understand something. I don't look my age. I look younger than I am.
I hear
That
you.
matter.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
You don't like that, huh?
No, I 33. She grown. Chronologically speaking, she is grown.
Extremely, not your average 33-year-old. Has a pretty good head on her shoulder.
Okay, so she's educated?
I don't know.
So how do you, well,
I mean,
let me ask, what about, well, all I'm saying is there's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to unpack. Does she have any children?
She has no children. She's not been married. I don't have any children. I've never been married, so I don't have baggage. And she doesn't have baggage. So I'm not your typical person my age. I don't look my age, and I don't have all the baggage that you could have at this age. And I'm a professional. You know, I have a good job. So I feel like I'm a catch is how I look at it.
Yeah, as you should. Does she have a good job?
Not what I would consider a good job.
And
it's
you
not
said,
a bad job.
How long have you known her?
4 days.
And you said she don't have no baggage?
Well, I don't know. I know she don't have no children and no ex-marriages. I don't really know her.
And more importantly, you said you didn't have any baggage.
I definitely don't have baggage.
This is gonna be. Hold tight. Don't go nowhere, Eric. This is a lot. Hold tight. When we come forward, we going back to see arson with Eric. Eric is laying down some things that I have to address.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
They can do anything they want to us. We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips, and I am a revolutionary.
On Saturday, February 22nd, you are invited to A Night with the Panthers, a special fundraiser dedicated to supporting Black Panther veterans who now require assistance with essential needs such as medicine, food, and housing. These Black Panther veterans championed human rights, fed the hungry, educated the community, and stood as powerful symbols of resistance and resilience. Despite their incredible sacrifices, loving and serving the people did not come with retirement plans or financial security. So, now it's our time to honor their legacy and ensure that they are cared for with the dignity they deserve. You can help by attending and supporting A Night with the Panthers, Saturday, February 22nd, 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Project 43 Team Post Center, 6841 Crenshaw Boulevard, Los Angeles. For more information, contact Black Panther Party Breakfast at gmail.com or call 707-554-2784. That's Black Panther Party Breakfast at gmail.com or call 707-554-2784. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I like a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. More. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
We had a whole lot of superstars on this stage here tonight. But I want y'all to know one thing. This is my house. And when I say whose house, y'all know what time it is. Whose house? Runs house. I want to again, my friend, not a trend but van. They said rap was crap and never hacked this band to the ruler came with a cooler name. Made you dance and prance and drove the fans insane. Name is Run, my son, #1 for fun. Not a gun that's done and get done by none. The other act, in fact, is just whack. I kill. It's fun, my son, and Run heads the bill. Who's house? Runs house. Who's house? Runs house. I'm in the house. I'm in the house. And this is how it feels here. Turn it out. I'm in the house. I'm in the house. And this is what DMC be about. Well, my name is DMC, the all-time great. I bust the most rhymes in New York State. Reporters climb, producers jive. They want to be down with the king.
So more specifically than flying monkeys, what I'm going to be taking on in this video is what to do when the narcissist in your life starts turning other people against you. So those of you who are embedded in this narcissistic world, you know the terminology. Flying monkeys is one of them. Flying monkeys is when the narcissistic individual comes...
Wait. Dr. Romney is already cooking. But I gotta get back to Eric. I just gotta get back to Eric. Eric? Now, I'm taking in all this information that you have given me, and I just dealt with a friend of mine. He met a younger woman, and she was bells and whistles in the beginning. He brought his woman to the cigar lounge that I frequent. And he was like, yo, I need you to meet one of my closest friends. And, he wants to talk to you. Because, my homeboy goes hard. He gets head over heels. He gets to moving. And, man, I sat down. Come to find out, young lady was educated. A little different scenario here. She was married a couple of times, had some kids. Not as young as the woman you're dating, but still way younger than my friend who's 54. So, just after a few questions, I started to see the chink in the armor. She went to school. She understands psychology. I think she's the marriage and family. She studied all of this stuff, studied psychology. I said, oh, so you know. I said, what's your attachment style? She was like, I do not want to tell you that in front of him. I looked at my friend. I said, hey, okay. And okay, I get it. You privacy. I get it. This is in the beginning of the whole relationship. She's doing everything, jumping through hoops, cooking, loving on him. It's all good. You know, we gonna make millions together. She knows nonprofit. He's established in the nonprofit space. Oh, we're gonna. Well, all I got to say is I'm not gonna give any details, but they're no longer together because something came out. Something happened. All I'm saying to you is, I'm not saying this situation is going to play out the exact same way. What I am saying is patience, my brother. Patience. Right? Take your time. She's young. 33, young. Still an adult, but young. Still has to figure out who she is. Her purpose. Why she's here on planet Earth. Right? And that matters in a healthy relationship. You got to have a purpose. Your purpose and my purpose are in partnership. You can't come here purposeless and want to hitch on to, you know, my purpose or the end of my road. Do you get what I'm saying? That she has to be established in self. Does that make sense? Established in self? I'm listening. Go ahead, brother.
The fact that I have never been married and the fact that I don't have children, and I don't think that I've ever really been I've had 3 relationships that are serious relationships, but none of them I had any interest on getting married. So I feel like I'm kind of on the level of this 33-year-old because in a way I'm not the typical person my age because of my life experience. I focus more on my career and school, and so I've kind of played like a game with relationships. It's nothing serious.
Man, do you see this Category 5 storm on the way towards you? You don't see it. As much time as you spent getting your life together and business and work and money, how much time have you spent on yourself?
Not much.
Not much. And I feel like I'm ready and I feel like I'm on the left. Hold tight, Eric. I can't let you do it. Stay with me, Eric. Don't leave, Eric. Stay with me. Hold on to the unchanging hand of the VOR.
Get on the mic and MC. Another time I take for the rhyme I make me mad and sad because the fad is fake. See, I do this thing, so cover suit is king. One minor rhyme is all you just bring. Cause I'm the best, I'm deaf, act the rest, they laugh. That's my name, my game, and we don't need the rap. You get the booze, you lose, you sucker, cruise your mouth. I set a trap for rap, that's crap, it's Run's house. Who's house? Run's house. Who's house?
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 Things You Should Know with BIN News. The Department of Education is investigating anti-Semitism at 5 universities following President Trump's order to address campus harassment. Schools under review include Columbia, Northwestern, Portland State, UC Berkeley, and the University of Minnesota. The Los Angeles City Council is considering new protections for undocumented immigrants, including workplace reporting of federal raids and funding for legal aid. This follows Black Mayor Karen Bass's sanctuary city law amid President Trump's planned deportation efforts. Marcus Jordan, son of Michael Jordan, was arrested Monday in Florida for cocaine possession and resisting an officer. Police say he drove off from a traffic stop before being found parked on railroad tracks. And today marks Rosa Parks' birthday. In 1955, she refused to give up her bus seat to a white man, sparking the Montgomery bus boycott and cementing her role in the civil rights movement. I'm Amber Payton on the Black Information Network, your home for Black News First.
Running out of hot water? Water Heaters Only makes replacing your water heater easy. With one call and great pricing, Water Heaters Only can have you back in hot water the same day, within hours of your call. Visit waterheatersonly.com. That's waterheatersonly.com.
I have a dream today.
The road to freedom wasn't paved with just big moments. It was built day to day, step by step, voice by voice. This February, experience Black History Month through the stories that shape Los Angeles and beyond. KBLA Talk 1580, where Black history lives. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Individual results may vary. Consult a doctor prior to use.
If you've struggled to lose weight in the past, this important message is for you because you could lose as much as 50 pounds or more with Zelfie. Zelfie makes it easy and affordable to get weight loss treatment 100% online. Zelfie providers can prescribe FDA-approved GLP-1 weight loss medications clinically shown to help people lose weight like Wegovy, Zepbound, and others. Plus, help get the medication covered by insurance so it's as little as $0 a month.
The doctors are super helpful, and the meds have been a game changer. It's the first program I've had success with.
Before Zelfie, I was unable to lose weight, even though I was eating healthy and exercising 6 days a week. Zelfie helped me not only lose weight, but I feel so much better.
Text GOAL to 200-300 to get started today with Zelfie and see if weight loss medications like Wegovy or Zepbound are right for you. Don't wait. Text now for a link to your exclusive offer. Text GOAL to 200-300. That's GOAL to 200-300. GOAL to 200-300.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
What you want to do, huh?
KBLA Talk 1580 is thrilled to share that we have been named as a semi-finalist for the coveted American Climate Leadership Awards, honoring our climate work last year. We're also delighted to announce year 2 of our Climate Justice Crusade. This year's $2 million 12-month campaign will link and combat the relationship between climate change and poor health outcomes for African Americans and the poor. Climate inequities have taken a toll with multiple health triggers in the Black community, such as extreme heat and poor air quality, made worse by the recent wildfires. Our work to ensure climate justice and climate equity continues. In the coming weeks and months, you'll be hearing a lot more about our 2025 climate campaign. To learn more about our plans for this year and the companies and organizations supporting us, log on to our website at kbla1580.com. Caring about the climate, caring about the community, changing the conversation. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Stick 'em, ha ha ha, stick 'em. Stick 'em, ha ha ha, stick 'em. Stick 'em, ha ha ha, stick 'em. Gonna run the beatbox in the first fucking rhythm. Now with the mind-blowing body rocking DPMC to all the homeboys and the young ladies, we're gonna rock a fierce beat with the human beatbox. And to the sucker MCs, jump off our jocks. His DJ name is Grandmaster Doc Mac. And we'll repeat it if we have to once or twice. We're gonna take it from the bottom and straight to the top. So check it out, party people, it's the human beatbox. And as we told you before, he is the Grand Master, the man with the beats to cause a disaster, the man who's on the top, guaranteed to rock from a positive source. It's the human beatbox with a million watts of power coming out his mouth, making all the young ladies want to scream and shout. With 1,000 beats for every day of the week, so come on, beatbox, play one for me.
Hi, I'm Lise Colucci, and I'm a life coach who helps you with all things regarding narcissism, understanding narcissism, healing from narcissism, and toxic relationships. And I had a question today from a viewer who asked if I could elaborate more on last week's topic about healing yourself from toxic relationships. And one thing that they said was, what about when you feel competitive, when you feel like you need to compete for the narcissist's attention, or you feel competitive with yourself sort of to win over the narcissist? Does that make sense? Sort of the win over the toxic person. Are you experiencing something like this? And is this your reason why you can't let go of a toxic person? Are you struggling to not feel like you need to win? A lot of people can't gray rock because they have this strong feeling of needing to win, needing to feel heard, needing to feel like what they're saying is important or matters to the toxic person. I mean, what you're saying is important and it does matter, but it doesn't matter to the toxic person. And this becomes...
So the whole purpose of this show, and this is great, that's why I let that clip play just a little bit longer. Again, relationship is designed for you to discover what you need to work on yourself, right? You have to discover what needs to be worked on within me, within my spirit. And relationships have a way of triggering you in such a way that you start to recognize, oh, these are my patterns, these are my tendencies. If you are watching. Now, you guys have been listening to this show for a long time now. We're going on 3 years. March is 3 years. So, with that being said, you know everybody has something that they have to work on. The relationship is designed to trigger it, to pull it up. We got a brother on from Carson, California. His name is Eric. And what I'm trying to say to Eric by pointing out, okay, there's a great, gap in age. Doesn't mean it can't work, but the young lady is, where is she in her life? Still figuring out, who she is. And if she's 33, by the time she's 37, if she's still progressing and working on herself, she's going to be an entirely different person. So I'm asking Eric, I'm saying, Eric, you do recognize the voice of this show, like what we try to frame every night. We try to frame different topics so people can see these subtleties and nuances within relationships and how communication barriers and boundaries and attachment styles and all of these layers kind of play into the drama and the dynamics of our interpersonal relationships, right? You understand that, right? Eric?
You asking me a question?
Yes. So you understand that, correct?
And well, yeah, but there was something I wanted to add for you.
Go ahead, please.
Our grandfather married my grandmother. She was 19 and he was 45.
You're not talking about
And he had
marrying
already-
this young lady, are you?
Oh, no, no, no.
Okay. So you saying your
But I'm just
grandfather,
saying.
that was a different time too, where women had to kind of hitch their, hitch their wagon to somebody back then. Right?
Right.
Are you
That's
saying
true.
you trying to get somebody to hitch up to your wagon?
I don't need nobody to hitch up to my wagon.
Exactly. So what are you in it for?
I need a companion.
You need or you want?
Well, both.
Okay. Are you ready for companionship?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you be open? Would you? To talking to a young lady of roughly the same age to get an alternative perspective?
You're good. You're good.
I just want you to be open-minded, brother. I don't want you to go in there with rose-colored glasses on. I'm your brother. I'm saying I've seen another brother do the exact same thing, and I'm not saying it's going to turn out the same way. I'm just simply saying self-inquiry is important. You got to be able to look at self and say, man, what am I on? And why am I on it? You got to know that, right? But again, would you be opposed to speaking to a woman that is young, that has maybe a different perspective to share with you?
Well, you mean hypothetically, or are you talking about?
I'm talking about right now. I will bring her on the air and to talk to you.
Oh, Lord. I guess so. I wasn't prepared for this.
You ain't got to prepare for it. It's just a talk. We at the cigar lounge sharing a cigar right now. You smoking a Padron. I got an Arturo Fuente. She don't smoke. She drinking an old-fashioned. Let's go. Attila from Houston, Texas. I want you to meet my friend Eric from Carson. Eric and Attila, say hi to each other.
Hi, Eric.
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
I love it. She said, how are you?
You in the hot seat.
This is a hot seat.
Yeah, I don't like being, yeah.
It's all right. It's fine. Now, Attila, you've heard the whole story transpire. And to me, this is right in sync with the topic. Because we going to act a fool if we like somebody. We're going to compete. We're going to compare. We're going to judge. We're going to gaslight, especially if we're not healed. I want to know, what are your thoughts on the story that he broke down about the young lady and the text message? She texted him and all. Talk to me about what's happening in the world of dating right now, especially at that generational point.
Well, first, I'm going to say this. I'm 31, okay? So I'm not too much different in age than the young lady that you talked about, Eric. So that's first. Second thing I'm going to say is I'm going to be kind but not nice. So there we go. Got it out the way. What's happening right now is that women of my age look for men like you. We want to date men like you because you provide a certain level of comfort. I don't have to worry about maturing spiritually, emotionally, or any other type of way if you'll take care of me. Because let's be real, that's what I would do if I were in that type of energy. Next thing you know, I didn't quit my job. So my question to you is, do you feel like you lack anything? Are you in lack consciousness right now?
Do I lack what?
She said, do you feel like you lack anything? Are you in lack consciousness or scarcity consciousness? That's what she asked.
I thought I was informed, but I'm not exactly sure what she means.
Do you feel like you need something? Somebody is the answer to something within you?
Well, I feel like I don't have the things that my peers have. I mean, most people my age have been married and divorced or still married, and I have achieved. I have a home. I own a home. I have a professional job. I've graduated from college. So, but I haven't experienced, companionship in the ultimate way, which is marriage and, having a family. So, yeah, I lack something, and I don't even know if that's really for me, but you always want what you don't have.
Right. Mm-hmm. And
I have a question for her.
Wait, and and I'll allow you to ask her this question too, but let me just say this. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to date this young lady. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying know the challenges that may or may not lie before you. Like, prepare yourself to deal with somebody of a different generation with a different taste and culture. Like, you have to, you kind of have to be aware of what's going on with their culture. Sounds odd, but you also have to be able to meet her where she is. She has to meet you where you are. Like, you have to figure out what her communication style is, attachment styles. You don't even know yours. You got to figure out your attachment. You got to see what is bringing y'all together here. Go ahead. Go now. Ask your question to Attila.
She said she was 31. Would you rather? And I asked the girl this at my part-time job. Would you rather date a man your age who is not well established yet, or would you rather date an older guy like me who is fully established with no baggage, meaning no ex-wives, no children? So I don't bring all of that baggage like people my age normally would bring. Which one of those two situations would be most ideal to you?
Wait, don't answer just yet. We gotta go forward. But first off, no baggage, meaning no baggage, psychological baggage, or when we come forward, we're gonna get Attila's answer. It's on and cracking.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
To the 100 million people who owe the IRS money, this message is for you. We've helped tens of thousands of people close the door on their tax debt. So if you feel like you're stuck in a hole with IRS tax debt, then this is the easiest way to get a resolution quickly. To qualify for a no-pay or low-pay resolution, visit taxclosure.org to get free from the IRS once and for all.
To keep your bank accounts, income, and assets secure, tax closure is your same-day cure.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. The Live Your Life organization mentors young women, helping them break negative mindsets and see beyond their surroundings. Through career exposure and hands-on training, they're encouraged to think big, stay focused, and make positive choices. Founded by Nikisha Mama Boo Smith, who transformed her life to become a community leader. Live Your Life is changing lives, but they need your help. They're raising funds to keep their new building open and expand their programs. Your donations will support food, clothes, hygiene products, and holiday giveaways. Visit liveyourlife32.com. That's LIVEYOLIFE32.com to help today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer. I've just been feeling so sluggish lately.
You should try the Metamucil 2-week challenge.
The Metamucil 2-week challenge?
Yeah, Metamucil 4-in-1 fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Start your daily routine now, and in 2 weeks, you could be feeling great. Well, it's been 2 weeks. How you feeling?
Lighter and feeling great.
If you want to feel lighter by promoting digestive health, sign up to take the 2-week challenge at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
DJs and MCs coming up next, the one and only incredible jam. Yo, back up from the road, Paul. Beat to the rhyme I just made. Party at the jam till lights and nights fade. True me brother, till we all get paid. So let's go. Yo, D, that's me, the king, the MC. Rhyme get mine on the TOP. Can another MC ever 15? Hell no. It's like the A, the B.
Ladies and gentlemen, old school hip hop, my playlist is my co-host. Man, we got an incredible topic going on right now. Eric from Carson, California has hijacked the whole show, and I love it. Attila from Houston, Texas has joined the conversation as well. Again, my brother Eric just met somebody, and I don't want to be like the naysayer and this is bad and this is good. No judgment from me. Do what makes you happy. Yeah, but you already said, oh, she's so beautiful. I never dated somebody that thinks she's above me. Listen to what she's above you, but you're accomplished. She's not quite accomplished according to your definition of being accomplished, but she's above you because she's beautiful. Like, you're Attila, get in here and answer his question, please.
Child, the answer is very clear for me. I would definitely rather date someone closer to my age. Let me tell you why. Because for me, right, spiritually, I feel like there's something there. There's a reason why you're attracted to someone around my age. So I'm automatically clocking you as somebody who has a deficit. Personally, that's just me. The other side of that is I have a dad. I have a father who's very active in my life, very strong in my life. My dad is 60, about to be 61. I cannot imagine bringing some man that is close to his age, coming to meet him and having to explain how that possibly makes sense. Okay? Like, my dad, like, that's not going to happen. I got dads, I got uncles, I got cousins. They would all be looking at me like, yo, what are you doing? And it's not so much about their opinion or even approval as much as it is the energy and what they've instilled in me over time, right, about men. So that's just me. I know women who do date men your age, and honestly, that it's sugar daddyville for them. They're getting something from the interaction, and so is he. It is transactional. I have yet to see it be something that is authentic. I'm not saying that it can be, but I think in regards to your healing, right, you really got to ask yourself, right, why your allegiance to them is stronger than your allegiance to yourself in your own inner work that you need to do. You feel me?
Eric, your thoughts on what she said?
First of all, she sounds very intelligent for her age. So let me say that. And second of all, I'll say that there's an exception to every rule. And so I started off, I don't know when you were listening, but I don't look my age. So you wouldn't even know I'm the age that I am other than the way I talk and communicate. And so none of that is important. What I like most about what you did is you just gave truth. And the truth is that you would rather be in a relationship with someone who is your age, even somebody who's not established. That's more attractive to you than a man who is no baggage. I don't have any kids. I don't have no ex-wives, none of that. And Eric, I don't look my age.
Eric, I got to stop you. You got to stop saying no baggage. You do have
I don't like that as baggage.
You have you have psychological baggage, Eric. Everybody does.
Can I say something?
Yes,
Can I say something real quick? What's attractive to me is inner work, right? So that doesn't really have much to do with age. I mean, if I met a man and he's in his, I would have to somehow make that make sense to me. But I know how I operate, and I know that I'm young-minded in a lot of ways, right? I also know that grooming is a real thing. So I'm not too keen on the idea of some older man kind of overlording over me either. Like, that also, for me, is a turnoff, because if you start sounding like my daddy, I might cuss you out. I'm just going to keep it a buck. I might cuss you out. Like, you might see the hood come out.
Oh, my
but
God.
I have another question for you. Okay? Do you believe that you can have a strong allegiance to another person if you haven't committed to the betterment of yourself? Do you believe that's possible?
I love it. That's a
Say that
great
one more
question.
time.
Do you think you
Do
can
you
have a
believe-
real commitment with another person if you haven't done anything to heal yourself?
I guess if you're not healed, the answer would be no. I don't think that I need healing, but I know that that's what what's going on here. But no, you could not be anything to anybody until you've healed yourself.
Well, let's
and
stop.
I want to make it
Wait,
clear.
let's stop right there, Eric. You would be the only person on planet Earth who does not need to be healed. Everybody has something to heal, whether they're aware of it or not, but there's something that has to be dealt with. No one has a clean slate. So I understand what you're saying. You're leading with your accomplishments, what you've done, what you have. Not once have you said, this is how I can be some type of rudder in her life if she needed it. And I'm talking psychologically. This is what I've overcome in my life, what I've dealt with. And I'm talking about internally. This is what Attila says when she says I'm attracted to inner work. You're saying, hey, I ain't got no baggage because my bills are paid. You're basically saying I'm the guy you come to take care of you because that's what I want. Is that it?
Can I say something else too?
Hurry up, because we only
Sorry,
got one at a time. Eric, your response, and then Attila. We got less than a minute, so go.
I want to correct myself. I was calling baggage children and ex-spouses. I don't have any of that, whatever you want to define that as.
Got it. But you still haven't articulated what your psychological baggage is. You slipped out of that. I allowed it, but that's okay. Attila, your response.
So my last thing is this. You're dealing with karmic cycles, right, based on the unrequited love that you're seeking, okay? So let that actually be a catalyst for your growth, and don't let it be the end. Don't let this be another repeated cycle. Like, actually take the time to get the reflection from this situation. So that's all I have to say.
I love it. And I would say this as a final thought. You're 50, she's 33. It would work if you both were on this self-healing mission. I think you guys have a chance, like self-exploratory mission, right? I'm trying to learn me. I'm trying to develop and cultivate me by conquering these dragons that Joseph Campbell talks about. If you got a partner that's, helping you do that and helping you stay on your journey and you're helping her, that's great. But if you just got a young person and then you, a young person, psychologically, meaning that inner child hasn't been dealt with, you setting yourself up for Hurricane Katrina in relationship form. Listen, this is the Voice of Reason, live on KBLA Talk 1580. When we come for it, it'll be a new day, and I'll have another slapper on deck for you. Deuces!
Give a hoot and tore my heart from the vine stem and root. Then I met you, and you met me, and you're the brand new Miss Marky T. And all I ask is that you treat me right through every lasting day and night. And I'll give you what you want, and in the right way, and there's one more thing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 Things You Should Know with BIN News.